What's up? Welcome back to another fitness video from Body by Teek. I am Tika. I hope everyone is having an amazing Monday or just whatever day you're watching this. I hope you're having a great week. Let's keep the weeks rolling. Let's keep training. Let's keep exercising. Let's keep staying positive. First off, listen, don't pause this video and look at my nails because I know I'm going through it, but I'm gonna get them done. Anyways, make sure you go ahead and describe. Oh my God, it's been a long work day. This is crazy. Make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe to my channel as well and hit the ding so you can stay updated and know when I'm posting videos. So we do have a full body workout today, weight training. We have some goodies. It's definitely a little on the higher rep side, so I was more so working on muscle endurance versus trying to lift heavy and going for lower reps. The entire workout from start to finish will be listed in the description box, so go ahead and take a look at that as well. Since I was doing higher reps, I didn't lift as heavy, so basically I made sure like my last 3 to 5 reps were my toughest reps. I kind of based it off of there. The next time I do this workout, I'll go ahead and progressively overload myself, so I'll put a little bit more weight on the bar, and most likely I'll try to do the same amount of reps, and if I can, push myself to go even harder. That's one thing that I try to do when I'm in the gym. So I do make my workouts prior to me going to the gym, just because I don't like going in and then having to try to figure out, okay, so what do I want to do today? I don't want to just bounce around. I actually want to go in with a plan. I have this goal that I want to reach by this time. This is how I'm going to get there. So I go ahead and I write out my workouts. I write out my reps, what weight I'm going to use. Once I get in there, I definitely try to push myself. So I may write, I want to do 10 reps at such and such weight. And then I start doing it and I'm like, you know what? I want to go up a little bit. And then I'll add some weight or I'll do extra reps. So I just try to push myself in every exercise that I do at the gym. So I may put down on paper, okay, this is what I do. But in our reality, I did a little bit more. That's pretty much how it goes. And then by the end of the workout, I'm like, Tika, why did you put yourself through this? But when you see those results, you're like, okay, I see why she pushed hard. I see why she always goes hard like this in the gym. And you just feel so good after you've done a hard workout and you actually did the entire thing. So push yourself with every rep, with every workout, and just stay focused on you. When you're in the gym, just stay focused on you and what you're doing. I really try not to focus on what everyone is doing around me. I have my headphones in, I'm listening to my music, and I'm just focusing on me. So I'm not worried about what the next person is doing. Okay, there's a girl next to me and she's lifting heavier. So, who cares? You stay in your lane. You work on what you can work on, you know what I mean? And just don't get discouraged because everybody is at the gym for the same common goal. Everyone is trying to reach their highest potential and everyone is trying to reach some type of goal. So yeah, just focus on you. That's the main thing. Just focus on you, what you're doing, and progressing yourself, how you can progress yourself. Don't go in there and trying to be a bodybuilder and lifting a whole bunch of weight that you know you shouldn't be lifting at this moment right now. We'll get there. Take your time and really focus on you. I'm really big on form, so I just want my form to be correct versus me lifting a bunch of weight and then my form is just terrible. And that's how people can get injured and then it just creates bad habits. Now you're just lifting and your form is just terrible and everything. So I just want good form over lifting heavy. So yeah. So with this workout, I did burn a little over 1,000 calories. I believe on my watch it did say it took 2 hours, but just take into account that when I start working out, as soon as I start working out, I have to go ahead and click start workout on my watch, or else I will be in the middle of my workout and then I completely forget to put I'm working out. So it may have taken me a little bit less than 2 hours. I did do my dynamic stretches, and my dynamic stretches are in a previous video if you want to see those. But I did also do my dynamic stretches, a cardio warm-up, and then the workout as well. So it really just depends on you. It may take you less than 2 hours to do this workout. If I took out the dynamic stretches as well as me recording while I'm doing these workouts and having to get the angles, it would have definitely taken me less than 2 hours to do this workout. And let me let y'all know, because I don't know if y'all know this, and maybe, I don't know, let me know in the comments if there's a way for me to do this, but when I am recording these workouts, I'm not listening to music. So I'm doing these lifts without my ergogenic aid, okay? I love listening to music while I lift. I have a friend who listens to podcasts while she lifts, and I'm like, oh, that's a good idea, but I don't know if I can do that because I need a beat, you know? I need some, I need some bass in my life. But yeah, cool. Pat myself on the back because I'm doing these lifts, these 15, 25 reps with gym music in my ears. Listen, that's love. I'm doing this for y'all. I'm so dramatic. So, yep, just go in the gym with your headphones on, ready to lift. So we'll just go ahead and get right to it. Again, everything's in the description box as far as like the workout breakdown, so check that out. And let's go ahead and get to the workout. All right, guys, so first things first, we have some cardio to jumpstart this workout. And just let me tell it, I absolutely hate, I cannot stand doing cardio. I am a true lifter. I ran track for years and I'm just over cardio. I'm over running. So if I had to choose a piece of cardio equipment, it would definitely be the Stairmaster. And the main reason is because I can be on the Stairmaster for like 5-10 minutes and I am drenched in sweat. My heart rate is up, and yeah, I just feel like I can get a lot done in a small amount of time. So I would definitely choose the Stairmaster over the other cardio equipment that's available at the gym. With this workout, you start out with the warm-up on the Stairmaster. You'll do 5 minutes at a steady state. I did a level 7 for 5 minutes as my warm-up on the Stairmaster. After that, you'll kind of get into like, I don't want to say the workout portion, but you'll do a couple different exercises on the Stairmaster. So you'll step going straight up for 1 minute at a level 10. So after you step for 5 minutes at a level 7, you'll go ahead and increase the speed to a level 10 and step for 1 minute, just straight up and down. After that 1 minute is up, you'll go ahead and turn to the left. So you'll face the left side and then you'll go up the steps sideways. And you'll really, really feel that in your glutes. I'm telling you. You'll definitely, doing the Stairmaster, you'll feel it in your quads anyway. But going to the side, it really targets the glutes very, very well. After you're finished with facing the left side, you'll go ahead and turn to the right side or vice versa. Either is fine. And you'll go ahead and step up the Stairmaster the opposite way. Again, glutes will be on fire, quads will be on fire, heart rate is up. Definitely burning some calories, sweating, all of it. After you do the other side, you'll go ahead and face forward again, but this time you will skip a step. So you're doing a big step up, and you'll do that for 1 minute, still on that level 10, okay? And then after that, you'll go ahead and bring it down to set. and then you'll go ahead and step straight up for 2 minutes, and that will conclude your 10-minute warm-up on the Stairmaster. And you can, even if you want to, you can do this as a workout. You can do this for like 30 minutes straight, and that can be a great cardio workout for you. Really, really working those legs pretty good. I almost forgot. Whenever you're doing the Stairmaster, please just make sure you are not leaning over walking up. So you can hold on to the rails like I just did, but just make sure you're not leaned over. You know, walk up the Stairmaster how you walk up steps, and you don't lean over. Your back isn't leaned over when you're walking up steps. So just make sure you have good form when you do the Stairmaster as well. Please stand straight up. Neutral spine, guys. Neutral spine. Okay, guys, so now we're getting into the actual workout, the actual lifting part of the workout. And the first thing that we have is a barbell squat. So just make sure that your feet are about hip width apart. For me, I like to slightly turn my feet outward just a little bit when I do barbell squats. But I mean, just do whatever feels comfortable for you. Make sure when you go down into that squat, try to push your hips back as if you're about to sit into a chair. So push the hips back and then drop down. Make sure those knees aren't going over your toes. When you come up, like when you're bringing that bar up, you want to make sure that you're squeezing your glutes. Squeeze your butt to push that weight up, and make sure that you're going deep so that we can target the glutes as well. Another thing, just make sure you're breathing. We are doing, well, I am doing higher reps, lower weight. So I did 15 reps. And just make sure that you are breathing. You're inhaling as you go down, and then you're exhaling as you push that weight up. And you're definitely going to feel a burn. My quads were on fire. My glutes were on fire. But I mean, that's going to happen, especially with these higher reps. But just keep pushing through it. The way I like to think about it is when I feel that burn in my legs, I know that I'm working that muscle very well. Also, everyone, please don't forget to breathe. I feel like I say this in every video, but it's crazy. Like, you don't even realize that you're not breathing when you're training or when you're lifting weight until someone tells you, hey, breathe. So just make sure you're breathing and you're breathing properly. When you're going down into the squat position, you want to inhale. So you want to take a breath in. And then when you're bringing the weight back up, when you're actually doing you're working during the entire move, but when you're actually pushing that weight up, you want to go ahead and exhale out. So let's make sure we're sending oxygen to the muscles that are working. You may not think it makes a difference, but it definitely does. Just knowing how to control your breath and your breathing while you're lifting, it definitely makes a difference. So just make sure you're focusing on that as well. Again, embrace that burn, y'all. It's gonna burn, but just embrace it and know that that means you're working. You're training that muscle. So the next exercise we have is leg press. And after talking to some people, they find the leg press machine a little bit intimidating, but it definitely shouldn't be intimidating. It's pretty simple to use. You want to get in it and just make sure that the plate part, or the part that your foot is on, is adjusted to your height. And the way that you do that, there are some bars on the side. All you do is push the weight up where your feet are. You just push it up, turn that bar out, and now you can go ahead and move it up and down. And it has different levels that you can put it on based on your height. And for this one, all you're doing is you're just bringing that weight down towards your chest and then pushing it back up. Just make sure that you are not locking out your knees when you do the leg press, because that's just really bad on your knees, especially when you're lifting extremely heavy. I'm not lifting extremely heavy since I'm doing 25 reps for 4 sets. So I mean, it's not going to do too much damage on my knees if I lock it out, but just to create that habit, don't lock your knees out. You don't want to put your knees all in your chest, but just bring it back far enough. I like to go at least 90 degrees so that my knees or that my legs are at 90 degrees, and then push it straight up. Again, make sure you're breathing. It's definitely gonna burn since I'm doing higher rep. My quads were really on fire, but remember to embrace that and just keep pushing anyway. When it comes to the position of my feet, I'm not doing anything special. I know there's different ways that you can position the feet as far as like how wide your feet are, pointing the toes out, pointing the toes in. For me, I just did just a regular leg press, kind of like how I did the squat. I have my feet about hip width apart and my toes are turned slightly outward, but that's just because that's just how I like the squat, and I'm doing my leg press the exact same way. So nothing special when it comes to feet placement. You do want to make sure that your toes are beyond your knees, so you don't want your knees to go over your toes. So always keep that in mind as well. So just keep the knees back behind the toes, keep the toes up higher than the knees. Now we have the Barbell RDL, and RDL stands for Romanian Deadlift. And this exercise is really hitting the hamstrings, the glutes, the lower back. It's just hitting really that entire posterior chain of muscles. So you'll go ahead and basically grab the bar from the floor. Make sure you have proper posture. So you don't want your back to be a hunchback. So you want to still make sure you have that neutral spine when starting the RDL and getting into the correct position. So you pick it up using that neutral spine. You'll go ahead and have that bar as close to the legs as possible. So think about keeping that bar over your shoestrings. When you go down, you want to push the hips back. It's a hip hinge. It's not a squat. You'll push the hips back, lowering the bar to the floor and gliding that bar down your leg. So that bar should be touching your leg just about the entire time. If it's not touching the leg the entire time, just make sure you're keeping the bar over your shoelaces the entire time. So when bringing the bar back up, you want to make sure that you're pushing your hips through. You don't want to use your arms. You don't want to do a bicep curl bringing the bar up. You don't want to do a shrug. Your arms are just holding the bar and keeping it close to the body. Your lower body and your hips, your glutes, your lower back, that's what's that's what's pulling the bar back up the body. So make sure you're pushing the hips through to bring that bar up, and you're not using your arms to curl the bar up. Squeeze the glutes and pull it back up. When it comes to my hand placement, your hands will be outside of the legs, not inside of the legs. And I have one hand doing an underhand grip, and then I have the other hand doing a pronated grip where the palm is facing me. So I prefer doing my hand placement like this, but it's really just whatever is comfortable for you. You can do both hands pronated, or you can do both hands in under grip. Just whatever's comfortable for you. So now we're getting into some of the upper body movements. The first one that we have is a seated machine row. and this is going to work your back. So for those of you that want to strengthen your back or gain some muscles in the posterior part, as well as lose back fat, this is a good one to do. You're working the rhomboids as well as your lats, and that's the upper part of the back, and then the rhomboids runs down the side of the back. When starting the machine row, just make sure that you have correct posture. So you want to sit straight up. Again, keep that neutral spine. And when you're pulling the cable, you're going to pull that cable towards the belly button, really squeezing your upper back muscles. So imagine that you have a pencil right in between both of those lats, and you're trying to pinch the tip of that pencil. You're trying to pinch those muscles together. So really squeeze your lat muscles to really target the back. Don't just use the biceps. Really pull from your back muscles to target the back muscles. Also, look at how I'm only using and only pulling from my back. So my upper torso, I'm not going forward. I'm not leaning back. I'm keeping that neutral spine the entire time. So now we're going to work the biceps, which is the front part of the upper arm. And we're doing a cable bicep curl. So you'll pull the bar from the quads all the way up, and then you'll go 50% down. So keeping the elbow at 90 degrees, then come back up, then go ahead and extend all the way down. So 50, then all the way down, then 50, then all the way down. Then 50, then all the way down. So this is just increasing the time under tension. And this is a great way to build muscle, increase your muscle endurance, as well as building muscle. Now we have tricep extension using the cable machine, and this is working the back of the arm. That's where the triceps are. We're using the rope, so we're bringing the cable down towards the quads, then bringing it back up, keeping the arms at 90 degrees when bringing it up, then pulling it right back down and splitting the rope apart as we bring it to the quads. When bringing that rope towards the legs, just make sure you are really squeezing the back of the arm. We really want to hit and target the triceps. So when bringing that rope down, really pull it apart and really squeeze the back of the arm so that we're hitting the triceps very well. All right, now we have kneeling single arm press, and this is working the shoulders. It's specifically working the anterior deltoid, which is the front part of that shoulder muscle. I am doing a hammer grip or a neutral grip. So You're pressing the dumbbell up and over the head, getting full extension in that arm. And then you're going to go ahead and bring that dumbbell down and then just press it straight up. We're kneeling to take the legs out of this movement. I don't want to use my legs to push the weight up. And it's also a good way to really use your core to stabilize as well. So I'm taking the legs out of it, and then being on my knees is really forcing me to use my core, keep it braced, and keep my body stabilized. Next is Dumbbell Shoulder Abduction or abduction. And we're really focusing on targeting that posterior delt or the shoulder muscle in the back of the body. And we're really focusing on pulling that dumbbell back away from the body, which causes it to be shoulder abduction. And you're squeezing the posterior delt when you're turning that dumbbell out. And this is just a really, really good shoulder movement. Pretty explanatory, so yeah. Now the last movement is dumbbell single arm shrug. I've done these once before in my videos. I love to train my traps, and this is what this is targeting. I love to train my traps one at a time. So I do a lot of single arm trap work, and you're just holding the dumbbell and you're shrugging one trap, kind of like you're saying, I don't know, but just using one shoulder to do so. So you're using your traps to bring the dumbbell up. You're not curling it. You're not using your biceps. You're just shrugging your shoulders up and then controlling the dumbbell back down and then shrugging it right back up.